Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. We could see that the Bitcoin crisis, or big drop in the market, has been averted. The day is saved. Daniel was right. We're going to the moon. But no, in all seriousness, we could see that Bitcoin right now has gone from the red weekly money flow back into the green. Again, we are quite close to it. Definitely it's very possible. I will not discount the fact that Bitcoin could start curling up from here and start going up, right, with the money flow. But again, in my opinion, the most likely scenario could be that Bitcoin crosses into the red, right, and then we start the downtrend from there. So I have adjusted my my line right here, or I guess you could say the crash line. All right, the red money flow line for when we enter the red money flow and we get a 50% decline a couple of weeks later. So for the time being, we haven't crossed it yet anymore, because the pump that we had yesterday and to the pump that we had today as well. So we're back up to 41,100. Things are going quite well, so holding 39,000 as support right now. We are seeing some resistance at 41,500, so always take that into account. And we're going to see some resistance coming in at 41,900, and if we break from there, then you're going to see 43,400, and then from there 49,900. Again, there is still going to be some resistance here on this purple chart, probably not as much, but still significant amounts. So always take a look at both the BTCTA1 chart and BTCTA2 chart for reference. If you guys are in the Discord, in your gold members, then you can have access to these charts 24/7. If you haven't joined, then we're still taking members for the time being. Open $10 a month, still very cheap, less than your phone bill. And again, if we do have a bottom target, again, it's probably going to be around April. Oh, I'm not sure if I made this right, but yeah, I guess no, this is correct. It should be around April 22 now instead of April 4. So we bought ourselves a couple more weeks. So these are looking quite good. Daniel's still expecting 52,000 by April 1st. So we're gonna see who's right. Again, this is 28 days from when we cross on the red money flow. So let's see if we do cross this weekend, if we're going to end the week in the red. If we pump to new highs, then this could definitely drag the money flow back up for Bitcoin, and things could be looking up from there. Again, I always want Bitcoin to be going up, but I still expect a retracement coming in the short term, because we have been underneath the 21 weekly for quite a long time now. Again, we were underneath here for a long time as well, and then we came back up and we put a new all-time high. Again, big bearish divergence there on the monthly, and then we're coming down. Some people are looking at this pattern where we're going to hold and we're going to bounce off from there, and then we're going to keep bouncing off into this channel, right? We're going to come back up here and we're going to go to potentially 75,000 and then just keep going on from there. But again, we need a bear market to flush all these scams out, and then all the shitcoins, all that stuff. You guys know how it goes. But again, today we had some great news coming out in the markets. The Chinese stock market went up over 10%, I believe. Yeah, big green candle today on the Hong Kong index. You can see all those Chinese stocks, or all those Chinese tech stocks, were performing extremely well. Also a big rally in the Nasdaq as well, 3.7%, closing the day in the green. Same thing for the Dow Jones, a little bit less there, 1.5%. Again, all the tech stocks today flourishing with the news from Powell announcing that inflation is under control. There's nothing to be worried about, right? Here's a quarter-point rate hike against 7.9% inflation. That'll do it, right? That should stop the train, the inflation fire, right? No. And then honestly, guys, you can see that gold even came up today and it's back on the rise now, even after interest rates are going up. But because if the rates are going up, that should be bearish for gold, right? So why is gold going up now after the rate hike? The thing is that the rates are still negative. Even though you raise the rates from 0 to a quarter point, now you have 0.25% interest rates, you still have 7.9%. Right? You're still losing 7.65% to inflation. So you have a negative yield on your dollars, and if you put that into your bank account, it's still yielding you nothing, because the banks can't even give you 0.25. They're giving you 0.01% on interest on your high interest savings account. So well, what are you supposed to do then? Then you're supposed to allocate into scarce assets. So right now we're having a big rise in tech and in Bitcoin, but in my opinion, it will be short-lived. I don't think this is going to amount to anything, but we're going to have to see, because none of the fundamentals have changed. They've talked about reducing the balance sheet. They tried to do that in 2018 and it didn't work. They got to a certain point where they started to reduce the balance sheet a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, and they kept raising rates and kept raising rates, and then the economy couldn't handle it. Now there's a lot of people, or I mean, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a few people that have been commenting in that video that I made yesterday, and they were saying things like, I don't know what I'm talking about, or that inflation is already priced in, and I agree, right? Or sorry, not inflation, the rate hikes have already been priced in. I agree, rate hikes have been priced in for 7 or 8 hikes this year for a quarter point each, and according to the Fed, inflation should be going down from here. We've peaked at 7.5 or 8 point something. That's going to be the peak, and then it's not going to go higher than there, right? What if they're wrong? Because they've been wrong since 2021. They've been wrong ever since then. They've been calling for 2% inflation. We got to get inflation above 2%, or a little at 2%. Well, that's a promise that they kept, right? That's the one promise that the government kept. They gave us inflation, and now inflation is far beyond 2%. We're at 7.9%, and they still expect inflation to come down to 2%. Well, what happens when it gets to 9% and then 10%? Okay, is the market going to believe them then? Right? Has the market priced in 8 to 9% inflation? Right? No, the market's been pricing in inflation coming down in the future. So when it doesn't go their way, then the market's going to have to reprice everything, because the Fed is going to go from hawkish to extremely hawkish, and they're going to go from quarter point rate hikes to half a basis point rate hikes. Right? They're going to start raising rates by 50 basis points to counteract this rising inflation, and the Fed's just coming in too late anyways. They're coming in with too little too late, as per usual, right? They're late to the party, and they're coming with when the house is almost burnt down with a small bucket of water, and the whole house is on fire, and they're throwing a little bit of water on it to try to put it out, and they say that'll do it, right? And then and then the fire gets bigger, because what they realized what they threw wasn't water, was gasoline. And then everything's getting worse, and it's not gonna let up. So you just wait. Time will tell, because what's more likely, that the Fed is going to be right about inflation and it's magically going to go away and it's going to come down by itself, or is all this money printing going to catch up to them and bite them in the ass? Well, my opinion is it's gonna be the second one, but you guys can have your own opinions. Again, if you guys haven't already, you can definitely join the Discord. People have been talking about this all day long today in the Discord. A lot of really informative information, learn about trading and economics as well. Kenny's been on fire today and always talking about quadruple witching, which is coming out Friday, which we're going to talk about on tomorrow's video. But again, lots of informative stuff. Anyways, guys, let's get back into it for a little bit more. Gold on a rise today, now coming back up 1934. And then same thing for silver. Oil still sitting at $96 a barrel, not moving too much. But again, if we get a pump in the Dow Jones and the S&P 500, I expect to see some resistance at 34,647, which could be a good point to short. So we might trend sideways right now, and then maybe come up from there, and then we might start to continue the downtrend towards the downside. Because in my opinion, nothing has changed. They're coming in too late with too little interest rates, when inflation fire is far too big now to put out. Anyways, guys, you guys have been awesome. Give me so much support. We're at 8,500 subscribers. Once we get to 10,000, we're going to do that giveaway. Peace. If you haven't already, you guys can definitely join the Discord and sign up for Big Get Trading, which helps support the channel.